Welcome everyone back to Pommy and Oz. Hope we're all doing really well. If you're new here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. It does help the channel out. We're here today just to take you through what we're looking at from now till January with the teams. Who's training, who's trying to get that second chance on the SPP, the supplementary selection period. Usually here you might find a gem. Everyone's looking for, that next big thing, that forgotten talent. So I thought, let's just go through all 18 teams, have a quick look. Not much to talk about with some, and we'll have a look at where your list stands. Adelaide Crows, they're totally full, so they're in a real good position. They're just basically waiting and praying that there's no injuries, so maybe a mid-season pick should that happen. Let's hope not, but that's an interesting one. Brisbane, obviously they went with Darcy Craven and Dara Joyce. Instead of leaving a spot open, they've gone with what they know. The first club with players, and at the moment they have 4 fighting for 2 spots, and that is Carlton Football Club. Liam McMahon joins the training group, the key forward who was dominant in the VFL and definitely an area of need for the Blues. He's been really supreme at the other end of the ground. 45 goals for the season, which is phenomenal, and a real good, able backup for Harry Mackay and Charlie Kerner. Definitely a need you would see. Sammy Durden, all year injured, restricted to 1 game. He has been in and out of the side. He's meant to be that depth placement. Can't quite get fit. So he's going head-to-head with DGB, Denver Granger Barras, the former top 10 pick, and a player that people forget, even though he was taken at pick 6 in the 2020 draft, a guy that literally had his entire final year pretty much wiped out with COVID. I don't mind Denver Granger Barras, to be honest. I know people are slating him and going he hasn't got it, but I just think a little bit of love and a little bit of TLC. Key position players at that 196, 197 don't grow on trees. Really athletic. He's been bodied quite a bit in the VFL, but I think he's still got that IQ. He's very good at intercept marking. He's incredibly agile, and he's very versatile. His strength has always been the issue at junior level as well, and this is something that I think new scenery, new bit of TLC. He's learning off 2 of the best forwards in the competition. He's got Jacob Wheater in and then Nick Haynes to teach him them little facets. Jacob Wheater, we know, is absolutely phenomenal. I don't mind this recruitment, and he's going to be one that I'm going to be really watching this space. And Matty Carroll didn't get going, just littered with injury, and had a horrific groin injury. He had the injury coming into his draft year. I think this guy here is someone that probably sees the Harry Charlson appointment and goes, okay, we're in a bit of a drama here. I do like him though, because he's that awkward size, that 190, 189, 190 size. He really did stand out when he was in a junior as well towards the back end of the year for Sandy Dragons, just being that awkward size, real strong defensively. He's another one that I think is a copy and paste of Nick Haynes, so I really like that one. So that's going to be one that I'm going to be looking at. Collingwood Football Club, they usually take to the SSP like a duck to water, but again, their list spots are full. Essendon have the 1 spot. They've already brought in Jackson Pryor, which is that AFL type readiness. He's a great little pickup for them. Kane Baldwin started his life as a key forward, moved his way down back, and he's in competition with Will Horay, the 197 defender. This is going to be a really interesting one for me because he played in the VFL and he was really strong. This is going to be a real battle of the wits because both of them are very similar types of players. Will probably has the advantage that he's been doing it all the time, particularly last year, really showing how strong he is in the intercept, where Kane's more of that lockdown from what we've seen of him. This is a real fascinating battle. Both of them, you'd say, would add something to the list. That is going to be a fascinating battle to see. Fremantle, they've already done their SSP. They brought in Quinton Narkle, the guy who's had a lot of chances at this level. And this is one of the things that does upset me about SSP, it seems to be, and the rookie. It's just recycled players. But if Quinton Narkle can get right, that is a good little spot. Geelong, they kept in-house. They took Joe Pike, if you remember, Patrick Reschko and Xavier Izovic to finalise their list. So they are all local boys, local lads. That's good. One spot at Gold Coast, and this is funny. They've got Ugur O and Ben Jepson going there. And Ben Jepson was a standout off halfback for Coburg last year. This guy is a ball magnet. Moved over to Southport just at the back end of last year, and probably one of the best kicks you'll ever see in the VFL. Absolute target magnet. Obviously, with the injury with Danny Rioli, this does open that spot. Huego, obviously, you know, he didn't get quite going. He's more of a midfielder, but this is another depth option. Both of them going head to head. I am backing in Ben Jepson, though. That could be a great little acquisition. GWS, they just relisted their players. Lockie Keith, Jacob Weir and Josh Fahey come in. The Hawks, they're full. Melbourne, they're full. Ricky Menford being their only real extra exciting thing. Toby Pink, he was the North Melbourne guy. They've got no list spots. Port Adelaide, they have one list spot, and they're a real interesting watch. Jackie Watkins and Josh Lay on there. Watkins, obviously, you'll know from the VFL at North, and it's very interesting. A few clubs have always done this SSP, gone with an AFL-listed reserve club. Really interesting, you know, do you know what I mean, what they're going to do, because this guy here is an absolute pace merchant, real big off the halfback, really takes the game on, and that could be a really interesting one. Had 25 touches last year and was in the team of the year. Real bold and aggressive play. Joshy Lay as well. This guy here has got the X factor. He can kick goals as well. Richmond's VFL side did have a sniff at him, but he has flown all the way there. So this is going to be a really interesting one of what they go there. Two different types of players. Richmond, as you'd expect with all them picks, they are full. St Kilda will link to this guy in the draft and in the rookie spot, but they have got Harry Boyd, the Sandful Ruckman. We talked about this guy, Marjorie Medal winner. He's really good on his second and third efforts, real big and strong, good marker around the ground. And this is a fascinating one because obviously the talk of the town has always been Rowan Marshall. Can he slide forward? This is going to be a really interesting watch for me, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that presents itself. West Coast, Sydney, obviously, we've talked about them. They are full up. Up next, we've got West Coast Eagles, and they're going to be a fascinating watch for me. One that you're really looking for and trying to see how it could slide in. West Coast, they have got Kobe Burgill, obviously, which is a really interesting. They've got Big Brock in there. Hasn't been sensational, Brock in the junior, in the VFL, but what it has to be said is he is a real lockdown defender type thing and someone that could learn off their young players they've got. They are in the market, obviously, for that type of key defender, and Cody Burgill's getting a second option as well. Only playing a senior game, littered with injuries, but probably the safe option there. One that I'm really going to be watching with intrigue, that one. I'm really going to be watching that one with a little bit of intrigue and mystique. And the Doggies, they've gone with Old Brew from Werribee. We talked about him in the off-season quite a bit of what may happen with his season, and the captain, obviously, Don Brew. This could be a real interesting one because he was the best and fairest in a real big season. Do you know what I mean? 29 touches, 18 contested, under a goal a game, big tackler, works both ways. I really like this selection. I'm really looking forward to seeing what that guy can bring in there. It's going to be interesting of what the sides pick up, but that's where your state of play stands now. Who are you hoping you pick up? Let me know in the comments. Till next time, peace, love and light. Pom out.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella